Okay, so we're gonna look through this journal. I was obsessed with like words, I guess, like 4-letter words. So, oh, let me take my, yep, this is from the dollar store. Actually really good quality, and it's hardcover, which is hard to find. All right. I always include a picture of me before and after. And this took about like July, August. Oh yeah, it took about a month. And it was a very hectic month in my life. Just a lot of writing. I don't do it so much anymore, but I used to write like every single day. Now I kind of just write like bullet points kind of. And I like to highlight like whatever I feel is important. And yeah, I just print out pictures from Pinterest. You can follow me there if you want. This is when I was kind of struggling with like using, but not in the way that I would after, like more like in the future. Like this was like when I was using stimulants. I kind of stole some stimulants from my mom, and I was using them. Focalin, which is like kind of no one really hears about it. It's not as popular as Adderall, but it functions in a different way than Adderall. I'll put up a little diagram here, but yeah, it's still a stimulant though, and it gives you the stimulant effects. Like when I took it, you could tell that it's kicking in because your face gets really warm, and you can feel your heart beating really fast. And like I'll put this like, oh, put this here, and then I never do. Yeah, this is when I was on a trip to go see my family, which is always kind of like, something to write home about. Something always happens, because I feel like when you visit family that you haven't seen in a long time, you kind of get back to that same dynamic pretty quickly, I would say. Here I was editing my novella, Moon and Speed, which is about a guy living in a hotel, and he's in love with a girl, and he is an addict, and he does speed all day. He just eats French toast and like does speed, and that's like his whole thing. Maybe it'll see the light of day sometime, but probably not for a while. And then I was just like really frustrated with myself afterwards, like when I came home and I kind of just reflected on what I did and how the trip went. Just a lot of guilt, I think, which is pretty normal when you're using. You feel guilt and you feel bad, but you still do it. I think everyone kind of knows that feeling of regret. You can it's like bile in your throat, like you could really feel it. Yeah, so just a lot of regret and guilt in here. Hopefully you can't read any of it. Though, I don't mind showing it because I think it's important for people to know that they're not alone. So if you see something in here and you feel the same way, then cheers, Yeah, I got a lot of these just out of magazines that I had, like, lying around in the house. This is a self-portrait. Yeah, just writing. This was a very, very, very bad time in my life. It was like, this is kind of basically how I felt about myself. And I was still using stimulants when I got home. The come down of stimulants is really kind of intense. And this was a time where I feel like I just didn't leave my house. Like I was really scared to leave my house. So I was just like holed up in my apartment, kind of just, I don't know the word, I guess just contemplating and, making mistakes and then doing them again, and, just stuck in a cycle of my own making, unable to get out. I just felt really stuck. And, I wanted to just shake myself, by the shoulders and just be like, do better. just do better. So I felt a lot of frustration with myself, I think. And I just felt like I couldn't move. I felt like I was in quicksand. Oh, I went to go see Longlegs like 4 times. Probably my favorite movie of the year. So, so good. No one else seemed to like it as much as I did, but I loved it. And yeah, that's it.